Hey, what is up, my fellow golf ball addicts? I have another golf ball review for you today, and today we are reviewing a new direct consumer lineup coming new, fresh in the game for 2023, called a Brunch Golf. Let's dive in. All right, so if you're new to the channel, and my longtime subscribers know I love direct-to-consumer golf balls. I think they're awesome. They take out that middle cost, good old capitalism. It allows, golf balls to come in at a lower price point. It puts a little pressure on the high guys to not, increase their golf balls to $60 a dozen, which is nuts. So I love this stuff. I love when it's good. There's been a lot of direct-to-consumer golf balls, especially since the COVID era. Some are great, some are bad, and here on this channel, we like to figure out which is which. So this person essentially was like, hey, I really want, some feedback. We just launched this golf ball. We haven't had really anyone test it yet. And the thing is that if someone ever approaches me, I don't take money from companies anymore. I did one time. Didn't really go the way I wanted it to, so I promise never really again. So now it's like, hey, if you want to send me golf balls, I'll gladly review them, but I'm going to be completely 100% honest because that's what my channel's about. If you're wanting me to persuade a review, I'm not going to do it. It's just not what I do on this channel. This is average, honest reviews for average, honest golfers. So that's where we're at. So that's what this person wanted. They just wanted some feedback. And so they told me a lot about what the golf ball was, what they wanted it to do, how they designed it, what they were trying to go for. Just a lot of stuff, and it was really good information. They were nice enough to send me a hat. They were nice enough to send me a box, and when I got them, I looked them over. I was pretty impressed, and then I went out on the course and tested them, and now we're going to see how they do on the channel. So let's dive right in here. Let's go ahead and look at the design of this golf ball. So this actually says Brunch Golf. I like this logo. I like how they did the teal one there. The Brunch Golf, it looks kind of modern. It's fun. I like how it's kind of arched. It's a good logo, actually, to be honest with you. I've seen some really bad ones. I've seen some good ones. Not looking at you, Big Golf Crusher. I hated that logo. But anyway, I digress. This is a really good one. If you look on the side here, their alignment tool. Now, I'm not a big fan of the arrows. I wish it was a little thicker, but that's just me being an alignment tool snob. You'll just have to ignore me there. But overall, it's not bad. I do like that it's proprietary. I like that they did the actual name of the golf ball company on the front, and then they just did a proprietary logo, so there's at least that, so it passes. Now, there's something on the side here that's interesting. This actually says Spank Me. Now, they did this before. They are getting ready to get rid of this. They got some feedback to get rid of it. It saddens me because I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was good, but I understand they don't want to offend anybody at a country club or whatever. Someone sees Spank Me on a golf ball. Maybe it feels more novelty. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. I like to have fun here. We like to have fun on this channel, so I wish they were keeping them. Some other ones actually said, like, I can't swim, I like it rough, or no, I don't like it rough, because, you don't want to hit in the rough, and then, please don't hit me in the sand, stuff like that. It was just really funny stuff, but they are getting ready to get rid of that. That will not be there in the future, so just keep that in mind. This golf ball actually comes in a pack of 16. It does not come in a dozen. It comes in a pack of 16. And it actually right now retails for $40. Now, what's interesting about that is that I was told by this representative that they are trying to currently get that price down, which I'll be honest with you, and this is what I told them, $250 a golf ball already where you're at is actually pretty competitive. That's what Vice is at. That's what a lot of these direct-to-consumer is at. That's a good price. If this price comes down at all from $40 a dozen, or $40 for 16, excuse me, that's a really, really good price. I mean, even $40 for 16 golf balls right now isn't bad. So if that price comes down, it could be a very, very good value tour ball. Now, I say value tour ball because another thing I was told by this representative is that this golf ball is essentially kind of supposed to rival the Pro V1. Obviously not rival it. This is a brand new company. The Pro V1's been around for 20-something years, but they're wanting it to be for people who play the Pro V1 and want to have a similar experience, but don't want to spend all that money. Which, let's be honest, we all want a great golf ball, but we all don't want to spend $60 a dozen. That's just crazy. So overall, I like the look of it. It's urethane. It feels really good. I mean, even though it's different, I'm starting to see so many direct-to-consumer golf balls that it's not like it used to be. You used to see a golf ball that you didn't recognize the logo, and you just tossed it back in the lake because you're like, I don't recognize that. But now, because of all these direct-to-consumer golf balls, it's a little different. So honestly, I like how it looks. It's a great logo. I like the teal. The company is really one of these, loosey-goosey direct-to-consumer lines for people who just like to be, have fun, weekend warriors, which I always love. But the big factor is going to be how does it perform. So let's get out to the chipping and putting green. Let's see how it does out there. All right, so the Brunch golf ball actually features a firmer feel around the green for sure. When you're chipping with it, you are going to notice that firm feel and that louder click, but it actually does feel pretty sweet, especially when you really hit in the center around the green. I love how it feels and comes off the club, and what I really like about it is the amount of backspin I got. Now, keep in mind, I did not get side spin a lot, so getting my ball to jump left or right wasn't an issue at all. I was able just to simply aim at my target and get a really nice, consistent, forgiving amount of stopping power, which is really good to have. Once you back up about 10-15 yards, you see even more stopping power, and it still maintains its consistency, which is awesome. Usually with these firmer golf balls, I just don't get a lot of that. Off the putter, it rolls really smooth, it feels really good. It honestly reminds me of a Pro V1. That's kind of what they're trying to intimidate, and you can tell. It actually has a click, so you are going to hear that if that bothers you. But as far as the feel, it actually has a lot of butteriness to it. It feels like a tour ball, so I got to give them a lot of credit for a first-timer. That's really good. So yes, it does feel pretty firm. I mean, it honestly feels a lot like a Pro V1. It feels very, very firm. It feels like it would be for 100+ mile-an-hour swingers. My swing speed, of course, being only 92, 93 mile an hour with the driver, it's probably not meant for my swing speed, but I'm still going to go ahead and test these numbers anyway just to see. It does feel pretty decent when it's hit pure. But I'll tell you what, God forbid you hit it off anywhere because it's just so firm. And that's just how the Pro V1 is too. If I hit a Pro V1 off the toe, it feels like someone's rattling my hands. Same thing here. So they are trying to give that experience. So I'm a little nervous about the numbers, but we will see. I will also say that I did get to test this golf ball on the course. I actually went out and played with it on the course in a scramble. And one thing I was really, really impressed with is the backspin. I know I touched on it a minute ago with the green side, but when I got out to that course, I'll tell you, I was so impressed with the backspin. There was one hole in particular where I had about 150 to the flag. I used a 7-iron, got a little bladey with it. Hit it blade, hit it low, and I thought, oh no, and everyone knew it as soon as I hit it, and we're screaming at it like, stop, 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 and it hits the green, stops on a dime, 5 feet within the hole. We end up making the birdie. I mean, just awesome. I was so impressed. I gotta say, the backspin on this ball is legit. If you're looking for a golf ball that doesn't punish you with left or right spin on missed hits, but has a lot of backspin and stopping power, I haven't tested too many golf balls that are better than this. This is really good. So really impressed there, especially for your first try on a golf ball. That's really impressive, Brunch. Seriously, that's really good. So let's dive into these numbers now. Let's see how good they are. So it's for 9-iron. You can't see this obviously, but there's a lot of disparity here, meaning that on miss hits, I'm really losing a lot of yards because it's just so firm. If I hit it pure, it's actually pretty good. Overall, I ended at 88.5 mile an hour, which isn't bad for a firm golf ball. That's what a lot of these firmer golf balls test at. So it's not the end of the world. 121.1, 113.5. Really good backspin though. I really love that. 21.2, it launches a little low, which a lot of these firmer golf balls do. So nothing impressive there, but again, firmer golf balls do that. Pro V1, TP5, gosh, there's a lot of them. Wilson Triad, Wilson Model Staff. A lot of these golf balls just don't test that well with the 9-iron because I'm not compressing the golf ball enough. Once we get into the hybrid, the driver, that's where I'll really want this golf ball to shine. But let's see how the mid-iron does. Let's dive into the 7 here and see how it did. First of all, let's look at that spin, which, it's funny. Here's the thing. It says 6,124. I do believe that number, but I'm telling you guys, I tested it on the course, and the stopping power is no joke. So, take what you will from that. Maybe I just didn't strike it that well that day, but I promise you it has stopping power. 18.5 on the launch angle. Not bad. 105.9, so I am still losing a little bit. I'm not compressing the golf ball as well as I'd like to yet, but there isn't a lot of disparity here. This is actually very, very, very consistent, so that's good. 158.3, 146.5. Again, these numbers are not great by any means, but the golf ball is intended for faster swingers, so that's usually the case on my channel. You know, the TP5 is a prime example. I like that golf ball, but with the 7-iron and 9-iron, it's just abysmal with my stats. It happens. Sometimes it happens with faster swing speed. So if you're a faster swinger, stick around to the end of the video. This could be a really good golf ball for you. So let's go ahead and dive into the 5 Hybrid. Let's see if now I'm finally compressing it a little bit. 3,750 on the spin, so it says a little low, but I will say that at my max I was getting 4,500, so it definitely depends on how you strike it. 13.9, it launches a little low. Most firm golf balls do. 117.0, that's pretty good. That's about average. 192.3, 178.0, those numbers are good as well. Not great, but they're just right in line with my average. Overall, looking at that, nothing's blowing me away, but that's exactly what I would want it to start doing. You know, similar numbers to what I'm going to get with a Pro V1 as an average swinger. So at this point, I would say that the golf ball for an average swing crowd probably isn't there. But again, if you're a faster swinger, this could be a legit golf ball because that price point is really, really good. Looking at the driver now, 2,917, that's just slightly higher than normal, but not much. Now it actually launches a little bit high, 16.1, but I'm actually finally compressing it. 134 is a good number. 242.2, 221.5. Those numbers are, yeah, I mean, they're just slightly above average. Again, nothing's blowing me away. I don't expect it to. So overall, that's kind of how I expect a firm golf ball to perform. Nothing really blew me away by any means, which probably means that the average golfer is going to want to stay away. But more on, you know, who the golf ball is for in a second. Before I leave, and by giving my closing thoughts, let's touch on the durability of the golf ball. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really, really, really impressed. This is after 50, 60 shots. It looks brand spanking new. I actually used one, as I said, on the course a week ago. Honestly, I used it the whole round, all 60-something, 70-something shots that we hit because we played as a scramble. You know, it still looked brand new. I still trusted it. So I would say a 4.5. Close to a 5 out of 5, to be honest with you. Really good stuff there. Again, when you come out with a golf ball your first time, a lot of the time it's not great. You know, it's hard to make a golf ball your first attempt to make it really well, and there's been other companies, Union Green, Big Crusher, that I've just really not been impressed with. This one by far is better than those two. It's actually one of the higher ones I've ranked, even though it's not on my swing speed. Which kind of gets into my closing thoughts. Who is the golf ball for? Listen, I'll be honest with you. If you're a faster swinger, if you're swinging, let's say 100 mile an hour plus, and you play the Pro V1, you play a TP5, you play one of these really expensive golf balls, and you're like, you know, I just really hate spending $60 a dozen. I'm tired of it. You know, this golf ball's worth a shot. I really liked it. I enjoyed playing with it, and it's not even for my swing speed. I enjoyed playing with it on the course. It's a lot of fun. The company is really cool. The website's really cool. Sam, the representative I talked to, is really cool. This is a company that cares about golf. They care about the consumer. They care about what they're doing. And I'm not just saying this, but I mean, I'm still, I mean, I got 16 of them, so I have to use them. But I am using this golf ball on the course, even though I'm not getting the numbers I would like to. You know, anything 100 and under, I'm using it on because I get that bite. I get that backspin. Around the green, I'm using it. Off the tee, I'm using it. So, I mean, I'm having a lot of use for it. Now, I will admit, when it comes to the 9-iron, when it comes to the 7-iron, I'm not really using it on the course because it's just so punishing on those mishits for an average swinger. I can't risk that. I got to have a more forgiving golf ball. That's where my TaylorMade Tour Response comes in or something like that. But overall, if you're swinging 100 mile an hour plus and you're tired of paying these BS prices, give Brunch Golf a shot. It's one of the better, firmer, direct-to-consumer golf balls I've tested out there, especially if that price point does get below $40. Even at $40 for 16, it's really, really good. So if it ever gets below that, it's definitely going to go up the list. I got to say, I was really impressed. For a first-time golf ball, brand new to the market, there's a lot of mistakes that can be made. Not the case here. This one actually did really, really well. So shout out to Brunch Golf. I really appreciate it. Guys, as always, keep watching and keep saving and keep learning. Until next time.